Hello YouTube, how is everybody this weekend? Hope all's going well for you. So today's Saturday. I was planning on doing this video about an hour ago, and hubby's got plans tomorrow, so he thought, okay, let's program our TV for the NASCAR race because we are NASCAR fans, and couldn't find it. And double checking the time, so on and so forth. And I'm really getting tired of my cable service because I'm losing so much crap. And the station is supposed to be on decides this next couple weeks races are not going to be aired, so I'm going to have to watch it on YouTube. No big deal. I can do that. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So I'm doing my video now. So Saturday, I like to show you guys progress on my socks that I'm working on. And this is the yarn I'm working from. Okay, I got it a little over a year ago as a Christmas gift from the hubby, and the yarn is, I'm just trying to get the band here, it's called Funny Feets. Now, I got this yarn from a store here in the city called Lens Mills. It's kind of like your guys' Aldi's. You can kind of buy a little bit of everything. I don't know where else you could get this yarn. I've never seen it at Walmart. I've never seen it at Michael's that I'm aware of. Don't know if there's any stores in the States where you can get it. But here's the band. It says it's called Funny Feets. It's a pretty cute little yarn. Never used it before these socks then. I know it comes in, I think, 6 or 7 different colorways it had. So I do plan on at some point getting another skein of this. Now, when I showed it to you guys last week, I was just barely starting the toes. And then at the camper last weekend, I got the toe part done. Didn't start doing the cable work, so I'm putting cables into these ones. And that's because originally I was only going to put one cable in each. And then I thought, okay, well, I want it coming up the outside of my foot, which then makes a specific sock for a specific foot. So once we got home from the trailer, I decided to do a cable up both sides. I'm going to put my hand inside the one that you guys might be able to see the cable the best in. So here you guys go. It is a 3x3. There's, you see, one cable's here, one cable's here. 3x3 front cable twist, I guess is what you would call it. So I know it's a little hard to see, and I'm sorry about that. But there is, like I said, there's the one sock with the cable. I've done 2 twists so far. And then here is sock 2 with the 2 twist cables. I hope you guys can see that okay. So yeah, that's how far I've got. Now I was going to take the stitch marker out and put it away, thinking I don't need it dangling here anymore. Yeah, if I want to show you the progress each week of where I've been and where I'm at, still need to use a little stitch marker. So let's get that up here in the middle somewhere. Oh, right there, looks good. So those are my socks so far. Now you guys would have seen in Friday's video, the reason I went with the cables was for one of my make-alongs this month. Theme is cable work. And originally I was going to enter these socks in for that make-along. Will these socks be done by the end of the month? I doubt it. I really, really, really doubt it. Like, I still have probably 4 more cable sets, and there's 7. I'm doing a 7-row repeat because I want to do 3 rows before I did the cable. And then once I get up the leg, I want to do 3 rows after the cable twist before I put the rib on. So I'm doing a 7-row repeat, 6 rows of the foundation for the cable, I guess you could say, and then the 1 round of the cable. So I figure I've done 2, probably at least 5 cables, I'm thinking, for the length of my foot. Yeah, probably about 5 cables to go. And then, obviously, then you got the heel and then the leg. So those are my socks. I'm just letting the colors work up the way they are. Now, they are going to... The pink is the changing point colorway. And then it'll go back to, obviously, the purple, the blue, then the green. And then once the green's done, it'll go back to the blue, the purple. So, the colorway is working one way, one's working the other way because I'm working from the same skein. One's inside the skein going outwards, and one's outwards going in. But because there's 2 turning points, and then like it repeats, it's not a big deal. The green section, as you can see, is pretty thick compared to all the other colors. And even when you look at it in the skein, you can see the green has got a really good thick section compared to all the other colors. Like the pink is a very skinny line. The purples and the blue look like they're about the same amount each. And then the green's like super thick. Just the way the yarn was dyed. Now, if you guys have watched my channel long enough and regarding striping yarn, you guys know I have a pet peeve, which is tie-ons. I don't know if this skein's going to have a tie-on in it. But yeah, my pet peeve is if you're going to tie on a yarn somewhere and it's a striping yarn, please tie it on where the color scheme is still going A, the right direction, and B, starting from the color it left off, or very, very close to it. But like, don't all of a sudden, be partway through the green and then all of a sudden throw the pink in there and tie it on kind of thing. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there's no tie-ons. If there is and it does not match, I will color control it and take out until I get to the spot where I feel I should be. So yeah, that's my socks. I'm enjoying the cable in them. I know when I first started the first cable and I did the first twist, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, am I making a mistake with these? No, I think now that I've gotten 2 twists into them and gotten beyond the second twist, I like them. Now, I was thinking about just doing the whole top of the foot cables and then go, once I got past the heel, do the whole leg as a cable. I've seen socks like that before, but the problem with that is the number of stitches I have on the top of the foot and the number of stitches I have in the bottom of the foot, because this cable is an 8-stitch count, which is fine. It would have divided it in the number of stitches I have in total. But when it comes to, I would have to leave, I think, on each side of the cable, a couple 2 stitches each, I think it was, on each side of the cables. Had I done it that way, where it was just cables all the way across the whole top. And then when I got past the heel, I would have to shift some stitches. And with the type of toe I did, in the heel, part of my cable would have been on the front needle, part would have been on the back needle, is what I'm trying to say. And I think it would have been more of a headache for me, unlike if I was just doing a hat in the round and doing the cables. That's where this cable stitch came from, was a hat pattern, actually. And it was done in the round, or like on DPNs, but it was even distributed all the way around so that your cables were all together on each needle, where with my socks, that wouldn't be happening. So yeah, just the 2 cables each. Kind of thinking next pair of socks, do no heel sock, where you start with the cuff for so far, and then once you start doing the leg, and then where the heel would be, and then the foot, you're slowly, every so many rounds, twisting where you start the pattern. So you're still doing your rib, but it slowly spirals. And then when you get to the toe section, you kind of decrease it like you would a hat. And that way you don't need any heel, and the toe is not flat like these ones. Because as you can see, all my socks, I do this style of toe. Actually, this one will probably be the better one to show you. And so it lays flat. You got your top, that'd be your bottom, and your top. And like there's only the increases or decreases depending on which way you're doing on the edging. Where the other one, it'd be every so many stitches all the way around. Like I said, like if you're doing a decrease on a hat. So I'm thinking the next pair of socks, I might do a spiral rib type of sock. So I don't have to worry about the heel, just for something different. I don't know yet. Haven't thought that far ahead. Like I said, these ones are going to be on the needles for a bit. And then we'll see come time I finish these. I don't know how much of a shorty they're going to be, how much of a cuff I'll put on them. Guess I'll decide that once I get to that point. Like, just whatever I come up with. There's no set pattern. It's just doing my normal stitch count that I use for my socks. And knew how many stitches I needed for the cables and threw them in there. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'm hoping to have a video because I'm going to stop my socks here for now, I think, and put them away. And I'm going to pull out tomorrow's project, which is my head to toe winter knits project, which is the cowl, or the infinity cowl, or as they call it in the book, the snood. It's the purple and white one I've been working on. I know you guys haven't seen it in a couple weeks. I haven't put on any work on it in a couple weeks because, like I said, last weekend was just, it was what it was, and so was all week. Also tomorrow, the next book for Judy's. I gotta look it up because I'm getting the Judy's mixed up here. I am so sorry on that, ladies. Where's my list? Right here. Judy at Witch Piece Craft. I have to check out. I got 2 different Judys I follow. She the donut characters I've been making is for her make along. Tomorrow's the 15th, so she will have a video at some time tomorrow, and I don't know which donut I'm making next. So I may not do a whole lot on the cowl because I think I'm working on that more tonight. And then tomorrow work on it until the next book is released by Judy because it is a time-sensitive project. And then I still have to make one more project for the Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight so I can have all 3. And I'm thinking the next top, because you heard that right, next top, because my blue one is finished. You guys will be seeing that on Tuesday. Yay! I think it turned out pretty good. I kind of wish I'd gone maybe 1 round more and maybe did one more decrease on the next round of whatever number of stitches I was decreasing it by, and then did the band. I think it would have been a little more snug and a little bit longer, but it is done. You're just going to see me holding it up. And then when hubby and I are at the camper next weekend, we're going to the trailer. So Joe, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I will not be home Saturday for the bingo hop. I will send you a message also on Facebook for that. I'm not going to be home. And then Sunday when we come home, we're going to stop at a restaurant for dinner for my birthday. So won't be at bingo next Sunday either. Thank goodness. Like I said, NASCAR's on YouTube. I even checked next week's and it's still not on TSN. So I think it's over the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks or something. It's stressful when you're trying to watch something or, plan your life around something. So anyways, guys, back to my head to toe project. If you guys want to help me out picking the next project, you're more than welcome to. I have on my post page, so if you click on my name down below, it will take you to my post. It'll take you to my about page, which you can find my videos, my shorts, my lives, my playlist. I don't know exactly which order they are in, so you have to forgive me on that. But I do know the farthest right option is post. Click on that post. It will take you to another page. I have 4 or 5 things listed in there. It's not a whole lot. They're not very large either. There's 2 different polls open. One for my amigurumis I'm making, which right now I'm working on the owl and hoping, fingers crossed, that will be done this week as well. So if you want to pick the next one for it, vote on it as well, please. I'd appreciate it. And then the snood, which will be done when it gets done. Like I've said in past videos, I have time-sensitive video or projects that are for make-alongs, and then I have projects as filler projects, as I call them. So yeah, please go over and give a quick vote. More entertainment for me. I know you guys probably don't care which order I make my items in, but it's more fun for me to see what you guys pick. And I gotta remind you guys again, not my idea originally. I stole it from Erin over at Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. Well, Crafting Kitty. She has a segment on her channel, Fridays with Fred. And she's got this official Knitting the Neighborhood book that I know she got it from either it was Amazon or a used bookstore she deals with. I don't remember which. And she is planning on making everything in that book. And she puts patterns out there for you guys to vote on. Her voting system's a little different than mine, but I got the initial idea from Erin. Don't know if Erin's even aware I stole it from her, but I did. Anyways, guys, thank you again for stopping by. Sorry this was a little winded video this one. Have a great weekend. Like I said, tomorrow I will be out with an update on my head to toe project, which is that snood. How far will it be? I honestly can't tell you. I don't know. It depends on how much more I feel like knitting tonight and into tomorrow until the other project comes out. Even though that project should be done on Wednesday. I don't want to really be rushing to get it done in the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to start it possibility a little early, or at least get my yarn together. I'm hoping it comes out before my hubby goes to do what he's got planned tomorrow evening, because if for whatever reason, whatever the animal is that I might be making, and I don't have colors to help me with that, I may have to go out and buy a skein or two of yarn. We'll have to wait and see. We never know. And by the way, yes, I did get a new pillow. I believe told you guys that last week, for my amigurumis and my donuts and all that. And I haven't opened it yet to finish the sheep. That looks more like a cow because of the way I put the ears on it, which you guys saw the other day on Friday. I didn't use all the stuffing for it. What stuffing I have left should be enough to do the wings for the owl, but that will be on Thursday. I know, lots going on, right? Anyways, if you like what you guys see and you're new to my channel, consider hitting the subscription button to see all the things I make. And hit the all bell notification so you know when I come out with new videos. Guys, thanks for stopping by and have a great night.